Hi, this is Muskan Arora from Simi Foundation. I am going to teach you business studies. So, there are three types of economic activities. First of all, what is an economic activity? Economic activity is the one which basically have the objective to earn some money and profit. There are three type of economic activities: business, profession, employment. First of all, what is a business? Business refers to those economic activities which involves the purchase, production, and sale of goods and services with the motive of earning money by satisfying human needs in a society. अब एक बिजनेस क्या होता है? ये एक इंसान, एक इंडिविजुअल या ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल कोई काम, कोई एक्टिविटी, इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी शुरू करते हैं जिससे कि उनका एक मोटिव होता है कि ये गुड्स भी हमारे को सेल करने हैं, ये हमारे को सर्विसेज भी प्रोवाइड करनी है और हमारे को प्रॉफिट भी अर्न करना है. So, according to Arthur M. Wemer, business is that complex field of commerce and industry in which the goods and services are created and distributed in the hope of profit within a framework of laws and regulations. There are various forms of business, such as limited liability partnership, sole proprietorship, partnership, and a corporation, etc. So, there are some characteristics of the business. First is an economic activity. Why business is considered as economic activity? Because it is undertaken with the objective of earning money. Second, acquisition of goods for the purpose of sale. Business includes all the activities, all the work concerned with the production or procurement of goods and services for sales. Services include transportation, banking, insurance, etc. And goods may consist of anything which is a consumable item. Dealing in goods and services. A person deals with goods and services. Dealing means sale or exchange of goods and services between the seller and the buyer. Continuous supply of goods and services. There should be a continuous supply of goods and services just because ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि अगर मैंने एक ट्रांजैक्शन करी, सपोज मैंने एक प्रोडक्ट आपको सेल आउट करा, तो डजंट मीन मैंने बिजनेस कर लिया. नो, there should be continuous supply of goods and services. Then only it is considered as business. Profit motive. The main purpose of business is to earn a profit. A business cannot survive without earning profits. Risk element. All business activities have some risk element in their business because future is uncertain and there is no control of the business over the theft, fire, or anything like that. Creation of utility. Creation of utility means creation of demand. We have to create the demand in the society. Uncertainty. We have already learned. Uncertainty is every business invest with. If I am doing a business, I am investing just to get the returns. But what if I am not getting the returns? It can vary. The profits or the returns can vary from month to month or sometime. It may be like that we are getting profits this month and bearing losses next month, and vice versa. Next topic is economic. There are two types of objective. One is economic objective. Second one is social objectives. Economic objective. Every business must earn a reasonable profit to survive and grow. We have already learned to survive and to grow in the market. Every business should earn the suitable amount of profit. And what is the main aim of a business? It should aim at the greater productivity. They should have a aim to create the productivity, to increase the productivity, to create the customers, to create new customers to build up new customers in the market so that they can ensure their survival and growth. Third one, it requires physical resources and financial resources. If there will be no money, what will the physical resources will do? What will the man will do and what anyone else will do? There should be both of them, physical resources as well as financial resources. It requires new ideas or methods for producing goods and services. There should be new innovations. There should be something like that we can make new products or add new features to our old product so that they could become more useful to the customers. Optimum utilization to the resources. It refers to the best use of the men, material, money, machinery that we have employed in the business, like both financial and physical resources. We should use them in an optimum way. Second one is social objective. Social objective is, first one is business should produce and sell products of proper quality to satisfy consumer expectation. We should provide goods to the customers in uh, according to their expectation and up to the mark. Second, we should provide the quality products, quantity as well as quality products. For example, like customers look for ISI mark on electrical goods and FQ mark on food goods, food products. As well as we all know, like used to check hallmark on the jewelries too. Avoidance of antisocial and unfair trade practices. What is antisocial practices? They include hoarding, black marketing, adulteration, overcharging, misleading advertisement. These all things. They all these things can exploit the people, and business should not indulge in such practices so that they could not deteriorate their reputation. Third one is we should now we like employment is the biggest problem of the society these days. Now the business should provide employment to more and more people living in the country. Moreover, handicapped and disabled people who are uh, under disadvantaged section should be provided with a good facilities too. The company should work for the employees' welfare too. Employees are valuable asset to the company. There, it is the objective of the business to ensure the welfare of employees by providing good working conditions. They should provide them good housing facilities, medical facilities, etc. Now, moving on to the next. This one is a chart which describes business is divided into two parts. First one is industry, second one is commerce. Industry is then further divided into three parts: primary, secondary, tertiary. And commerce is divided into two parts: trade and auxiliaries to trade. Now, we will move on further. We have already read there are three types of industry: primary industry, secondary industry, and tertiary industry. Now, under primary industries include those activities through which the natural resources are used to provide raw material for other industries. Primary industries are of two types: extractive one and genetic one. Extractive, these industries refers to those industries under which something is extracted out of the earth. For example, coal, iron, gas, etc. And genetic one is industries which breed of which provide the products which are the breed of animals. For example, the poultry farms, dairy farming, fish hatchery, cattle breeding, etc. Secondary industry. In this, new products are manufactured by using the previously produced thing. For example, producing cotton in a primary industry, and manufacturing cloth out of that cotton is a secondary industry. Now third one is tertiary industry. Tertiary industry include those services which help business to move smoothly. For example, banking, advertising, insurance, etc. Now we move on to trade. Trade is divided to two parts: internal trade and external trade. Internal trade, it is a trade that takes place within a country. Like if we do dealings us within with interstates, like within India only. Further, they are classified into two: wholesale and retail. Wholesale trade refers to the buying and selling of the goods and services in a large quantities. A wholesaler buys goods in a large quantity from the producer and sell it to the further dealers, and he acts as a connecting link between the producer and the retailer. Second one is retail. Retail trade is the one in which the person buys small quantities of the goods and services and sell them to the direct customers. External trade. External trade is a trade which takes place between two or more countries. Like if we do dealings between India and Canada, and India or Australia, they are classified into three: import, export, and interport. Moving on to import. Import is if is a trade if the goods are purchased from the another country, and export is a trade if goods are sold to another country, and interport is a trade in which we export the goods from another countries. We import goods from another countries and export them to the another country. For example, if we import some goods from America and then export that goods to the China, that is interport. You should not confuse between these three. Import is when we purchase goods from another country. Export is when the goods are sold to another country. And interport means when we purchase from one country and sell it to another country. Moving on to auxiliaries to trade. These are the activities which help in removing hindrances during the production and distribution of the goods. Moving on to the role of profit in a business. The role of profit is where profit is basically an important part of our business. If profit is there, we can evaluate many things. It acts as a source of income for a businessman. Profit provides the means of livelihood for them. It acts as a like profit helps a business to continue to exist for a long period of time. In the absence of profit, the establishment of a particular business loses its justification. For it helps for growth and expansion. All businessmen want their business to expand and grow. कौन नहीं चाहता आज के टाइम पे कि उसका बिजनेस ग्रो हो? Everyone wants to expand their business and grow their business. For development of business, additional capital is needed, and from where it will come. It will come from the retained earnings which we have already kept during the time period. For increasing the efficiency, profit is the profit has the power which motivates both the person, owners and workers both. If the owner knows that he will get the profit, he will get a good amount of profit, he will ensure their worker to do their best. So it motivates both of them. It is in the hope of earning sufficient profit that a businessman invests in the money and undertakes risks. A businessman undertakes risks for the profits, and he invests money in the business. So it is basically a return to that person, to the proprietor. Thank you so much. We will continue in the next class.